it's just a little place across the county line where everybody goes just to have a big time. Nobody ever tells that's where you've been. That's why they call it the No-Tail Inn. Well, it's a no-tail. Hey Betty, I'll do one more and I'm gonna get out of your way. Ma'am? Well, look here, I'm gonna tell you about a little place that everybody used to go to.
Not me.
Oh yeah. First time I ever saw Betty Kennedy was over at the No-Tail Inn. No, I was just joking, Betty. But I'm gonna tell you, it may be a few people. What's that, Betty?
I didn't say that.
Okay. I guess me and you about the only around. Frances Perriman's here. Yeah, she knows about it. My bride knows about it, but she won't admit it. Yeah, she knows all about it. Till's Place and all them places, you know. But anyway, this was the No-Tail Inn. If anybody here ever heard of the No-Tail Inn? Well, it was right across Pine Barren Creek. If you go into Selma, you go across the bridge, and it was about 100 yards up the road.
7 bridges.
It was. Yeah, I said it was. We called it the 7 to 11 bridges.
They told me.
We called it the 7 to 11 bridges. It was 7 going over and 11 coming back. But anyhow, the No-Tail Inn was, you know, the first little beer joint as you got into Dallas County. And of course,
Mr. Bell's on up the road.
Yeah, Mr. Bell, that's right. Yeah, you'd buy a few at the No-Tail. Time you got Mr. Bell's, you'd run out, have to stop again. But Mr. Rufus Camel run it, you know. And he called it the No-Tail Inn, and the reason he did was that nobody ever told that he'd been there, you know, because a lot of the folks, you know, high-class people came over there, and they'd come to the door and they'd peep in and see who all was in there. And to be sure that they wasn't seen at the wrong place, you know. Anyhow.
He'd bring ours out to the car.
Yeah. But anyhow, we got a little song. Well, the first time I ever heard Roy Watts and Ed Gaston singing it. They had 2 verses. They had 2 verses, you know, and I said, well, that thing needs a few more verses to it, so I added a few more. But anyway, this is a story about the No-Tail Inn. And I bet Kennedy, I believe you've been there a time or two. All right, hit the tambourine with us now.
My name was not in the men's restroom.
Oh, I'll tell you another place that they had.
My name was not on the wall in the men's restroom.
Well, you're right.
Contrary to popular belief.
See, I come here, I was in 8th grade, and just a little boy, you know. I didn't know much when I come to Camden. But Fred Daly had a beer joint right down. I forgot about that. And everybody, if you got your name on the door at Fred Daly's beer joint, you were somebody then. So I got mine on there. All right, anyway, this is about the No-Tail Inn. It's E again. You get your arm on it. Let me see if I can think of how it goes. Hey, listen here, boys, and when you have a little time, come by to see me, we'll go across the line. Get a little beer and a shot or 2 of gin. Go over to the place they call the No-Tail Inn. Well, it's a no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, it's a no-tail boogie, won't you take me on across the line? Well, it's just a little place across the county line where everybody goes just to have a big time. Nobody ever tells that's where you've been. That's why they call it the No-Tail Inn. Well, it's a no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, it's the No-Tail boogie, won't you take me on across the line? Tell you folks all about this little band. Some of you guys may not understand. You gotta get high, Lord, to get in the groove. So come on, Wayne, and pass around the booze. Well, it's a no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, it's a no-tail boogie. Won't you take me on across the line? Oh, Roy Watts with our guitar picker back then, wasn't he? We all learned from him when we were little enough. Yeah. All right. This that bass man, he gets down, ain't he? Yep. Y'all ought to heard him last night down there. They were good, boy. Let's see now what's next. Well, the preacher slipped over one Saturday night. He stuck his head in the door to see if things was right. Wayne was a-dancing with Sister Lou. She said, come in here, preacher wants to boogie with you. We did the no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, the no-tail boogie, won't you take me on across the line? If you want to hear Bobby now sing and play, take him on by to Mr. Rufus's place. Get him a little beer and treat him right. He play that guitar all night. It's the no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, it's the no-tail boogie. Won't you take me on across the line? Well, I hope everybody's done had a big time. We always do when we go across the line. If anybody asks you where you been, I tell them been over to the no-tail inn. It's a no-tail boogie. Yeah, the no-tail boogie. Well, it's a no-tail boogie. Won't you take me on across the line? Where did West go? He'll go get. Thank y'all. I did in.
That's awesome.
Both of them is true stories. I wouldn't tell no lie, Wayne. You know I wouldn't tell a lie. I'm like George Washington. I'm like George Washington. They say he couldn't tell a lie and said Bill Clinton couldn't tell the truth. Anyhow.